Hey, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel named Learning to Learn. So today we are going to discuss a very important topic, and this video series would be entirely in English. So if you want the exact series in Hindi, please do mention in the comment section below so that I can get the knowledge that you need the series in Hindi and I can work on the entire series in Hindi. So we have done a lot of topics in regards to economics. We have started with what is economics and what do we mean by microeconomics and macroeconomics, and we have also gone through topics like normative economics and positive economics. In the last video, or in the latest video I may say, I have discussed about the topic called demand. What is demand, right? Now let me move forward and let me exactly give you the glimpse of my YouTube channel. So if you haven't been in my YouTube channel, this is my YouTube channel, as you can see on the screen or as on the background, and you can follow me here, and you can follow me on various other platforms. If you want to follow me on various other platforms, on the desktop version you'll be able to see this Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, everything. But if you're not on the desktop version, you can always go to About. See, there are sections here: home, videos, playlists, community, channels, and About. You need to go to About and scroll it down. You will be able to see the various links, that is the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram group, and Telegram group for notes. So these are two different groups. One is for updates and the other one is for notes, as well as on Unacademy. This is my Unacademy profile. I am a verified educator on Unacademy, and if you guys are preparing for NTA UGC NET, especially in commerce category, then you must watch some of my videos, because Unacademy and all the educators on Unacademy create awesome and productive content that will help you to gain good marks in your NET examination as well as clear your JRF. So if you're really passionate about teaching, or you want to do PhD, or you're very interested to become an associate professor or an assistant professor or professor someday, then you should check out Unacademy. This will help you a lot. Moving forward, yes, I'm on Facebook page as well. This is my official Facebook page. This is the Twitter ID. I'm really sorry, this is the Twitter ID, as well as I'm on LinkedIn. So you can follow me any of these platforms, even on Instagram and Telegram. You will get all the updates related to the classes which are going to happen, any live sessions which I'm going to take, either on Unacademy or on YouTube channel, or any other updates such as, okay. So this will help you a lot, and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and you can go through the content. If you like, you can like the videos, you can share your valuable comments with me, and any doubts or any problems, I would love to hear the problems with you guys, okay. Now moving forward, we have started with the topic called demand. This is what we have done in the last session. So yes, this is everything about me. If you don't know anything about me, this is the entire thing about me. I am the owner, creator, and manager of the YouTube channel named Learning to Learn, as I've just shown you. I've completed my BBA, then I have completed my MCom, and right now I'm pursuing my CS final. So I am in the professional level, and only 3 of my subjects are remaining, or else everything has completed. I also cracked CA IPCC as well as NET examinations in December 2019, and the total experience of my teaching is around 4 to 4.5 years, online and offline combined. And some of my hobbies are playing chess and playing badminton, embroidery, drawing, watching movies a lot. So these are some of my these are some of my hobbies. Now enough about me, let's talk about the topic today. This is the referral code on Unacademy. If you want to join Unacademy, if you see the content, if you're very impressed, and if you want to get a personalized content specially made for you guys, specially made for the upcoming examinations, you can come on Plus and use this referral code to get 10% instant discount. By chance, while using this referral code, if you feel any problems, you can use all in caps ADITILIVE. This will help you a lot. Now This will help you to avail 10% discount, which is very less. And if you take some live classes on Unacademy, the free classes, which are usually popularly known as special classes, then you might avail additional 10% discount on grounds of your student credit. So that can also be availed. Now, moving forward, this is the course. If you need the course details, these are the course details. So yes, you can watch the plus classes. It has already started, and you might have missed certain topics like teaching aptitude. We have entirely completed, so you are missing. And right now we are having research aptitude, and we have moving forward towards research requirements, research characteristics, as well as we have completed research types. So you are missing a lot. Make sure you come on Unacademy as soon as possible. Now, commerce, we have completed the business environment, and right now we have jumped towards business economics. So we have microeconomics, which we have discussed so far, and we have done positive economics, normative economics, and the difference between demand and desire. This is what we have discussed in the last class, including the characteristics of demand. It means here I'm just trying to explain you that what exactly do we mean by demand. Okay, there is a total difference between demand and desire, and in economics we are talking about demand, we are not talking about desire. Okay, now we have different types of demand. This is really important, first of all, especially in case of NTA UGC net category, as well as one more important thing. Even if you're not giving net examinations, this can be asked in your various examinations, in your BCom examinations, in your BBA examinations, in your MCom examinations, MBA examinations, certain cases in CA, IPCC, and other competitive examinations where economics is included in your syllabus. That too, business economics or microeconomics. So make sure you watch the entire playlist so that you can get the entire glimpse, including the charts and the calculations, everything, the practical and the theoretical process. So let's start today's class. Types of demand. We usually have this different 9 types of demand, which we are going to discuss today. The first is direct demand, derived demand, autonomous demand, induced demand, individual demand, market demand, cross demand, joint demand, and composite demand. So let us try to understand one by one in a very simple, lucid and easy style. Okay, the first is direct demand. Now what do you understand by direct? You go to the shopkeeper and ask him that I need this thing, and you bring it home. A simple example like toothpaste. You just need to brush as soon as you wake up, right? So you need a toothbrush and toothpaste. So toothpaste is, suppose it has finished, you want to buy a new one. So this is a direct demand. Direct demand means direct demand of goods demanded for the final consumption. It means you're going to consume it for your own, and you're not going to resell it, or you're not going to you can say use it for trading activity. You are using for its personal purpose, and that is the final consumption of that particular product. So that is called a direct demand. This is a simple example. All the grocery items at your home, that includes your direct demand. The washroom things which we use, like the soap, the detergent, the washing powder, the liquid soaps, the hand sanitizers, the hand washes, etc., which we bring for personal purposes, that can be included as a direct demand. So I hope with the examples you'll be able to understand it in a more better fashion. So if anything which is brought from the market for the final consumption is known as direct demand, as simple as that. Now moving forward to the next one, we have derived demand. Now this is a bit different from direct demand. In direct demand, you just go to the shopkeeper, ask, bring it, and consume it. But derived is a bit different. Derived demand, which is needed for further production. So this is demanded because it is used in further production. For example, steel pipes. Suppose you are going and buying steel pipes. Why would a person buy steel pipes? To reproduce it, or to fabricate it, or to change it in a certain way that it can be used by some other person. Suppose you have a company of making chips. You make chips just like the Lay's or Balaji or any other company. You brought potatoes, like 1000 kg potatoes. So are you going to eat those potatoes? No. Are you going to cook those potatoes? Yes. You're going to cook chips out of it, or you're going to just wash them, slice them, clean them, then deep fry them, and ultimately you can pack them with various seasonings and you'll sell it. So these 1000 kgs potatoes are not used for your consumption. It is used to further produce something and then sell it to the market. So this is called derived demand. It means any goods or any products which you bought from the market and you're changing its characteristics, you're further producing it and then selling it to the market, then that is called derived demand. Now let's go to the next one. The next one is autonomous demand. It is very simple. The demand for a product that is not associated with demand of any other is known as autonomous demand. Autonomous itself, the word autonomous itself means independent. So we can also call it as an independent demand. Suppose if you want to eat ice cream, okay, what you can do, you can just go to the shopkeeper like an Amul parlor or any ice cream parlor, Have More or any of those. You can go to them and just ask, uncle, can I have you can say Zulu bar or choco stick or something like that, and you will just eat it. So this is an individual demand. It means to consume that product you don't need other products. But suppose you want to brush your teeth, so you need two products at the same time. You need your toothbrush and you need your toothpaste. Without one of these you will not be able to use the other. The same thing can be examples of many things. So you need to find out any product which you can consume, which you can use independently of any other product. Certain examples can be pen, ice creams, chocolates, pastries, food items, packed food items, instant noodles, etc. So these are some of the goods which does not require further goods so that you can consume those. You can directly purchase them and immediately consume those. So that is autonomous demand. Moving forward, we have induced demand. This is one of the unique type of demands and very easy to understand. The demand for raw material is also derived demand. It is also known as derived demand. Make sure you understand that, as it is dependent on the production of other products. Moreover, the demand for substitutes and complementary is also derived demand. One simple example. Suppose there is a construction going on, or there are a huge boom in the industry of real estate. Okay, so if there is a boom in the industry of real estate, you will need more and more labor, you will need more and more cement, you will need more and more bricks to produce those real estate buildings. Yes, you will need all these three things if you are producing let's say houses or compounds or complex malls, theaters, independent row houses, bungalows, flats, etc. So if this industry is booming, it means the raw material industry, the labor industry, as well as other industries related to that will boom. So that is called induced demand. Means only because of any other product or demand in case of other product, your own product demand is increasing. So that is called induced. It means it has increased because increase or decrease, whatever it can be, because of the demand of other product. So that is a simple example of that. Moving forward, we have individual demand. As we said, autonomous demand is individual demand. It is almost the same, there is no difference. So individual demand means you can just go buy, purchase and eat or consume. That's simple. Now market demand. Okay, if we refer in comparison to individual and market, individual means when one single person demands. Okay, so that becomes individual demand. But when the entire population demands something, when the entire market demands something, that becomes market demand. So to make market demand easy for you guys to understand, let us take a simple example of COVID-19. As soon as the COVID-19 hit India and there were certain new cases in India, there was a boom in the industry, especially of hand sanitizers and masks. So there was like a lot of demand. So the entire India, the Indian market was demanding masks, hand sanitizers, hand wash, etc. So all these things are what? These are market demand. All the market has demanded it together. Okay. Moving forward, we have cross demand. Now what is cross demand? Cross demand is very simple. Cross demand means when the demand of one product is affected due to the price of other product. See, cross demand, the demand of one product depends not on its own price, the price of other product. For example, Range Rover. Range Rover is one of the expensive four-wheelers and it looks really classy. And suppose if the petrol prices rises, there will be no change in the Range Rover price, but there will be change in the demand. Suppose there is a drastic change in the petrol price, then people might not find it very economical to drive their own cars or scooties or two-wheelers. They'll find it better to use a public transport like metros if possible in your city, or else buses, or else auto rickshaws, shared cabs, etc. So this is called cross demand. Cross demand means when the demand of a particular product is not dependent upon its price. When the demand of a product is dependent on the price of other product, then that is called cross demand. Simple example, the price of a vehicle and the price of the petrol. As soon as the petrol prices rises, the demand of the vehicle reduces. Okay. Now, moving forward, joint demand. This is very simple. Joint demand occurs when demand of two goods is interdependent. Means if you have to purchase one good, if you have to use one good, you need to purchase the other good. For example, eraser. Okay. If you have a pencil, if you have made a mistake, then you might require eraser, or else there is no purpose of purchasing an eraser. The same thing with pen and ink. If you have pen but you don't have a refill, or you don't have an ink in the pen, it's useless. As well as if you have only pen and you don't have if you have only the refill or the ink and you don't have the pen, the refill is also waste. It's not of use. The same thing can be example of the vehicle and petrol. If you have a vehicle, okay, which runs on the petrol, but you don't have the petrol, the vehicle is not useful. At the same time, if you have the petrol but you don't have the vehicle, the petrol is also not useful. So this is joint demand. It means two products are demanded together, and you cannot buy one product and get the satisfaction. You need to get two products together so that your demand can be satisfied. Now, the last is composite demand. Composite demand means demand for those products who has multiple uses, just like a toolbox. Toolbox can be used to repair your house, to renovate your house, to make any changes in your house, to make any changes in your furniture, to quickly fix your car, to quickly fix your two-wheeler, anything. So this has a multi-purpose use. The same thing is, if you can see the box here, as well as the Swiss knife. Swiss knife can be used to cut vegetables. It has a scissor in it. It has a lot of things which can be used in the cases of emergency. As well as if you see the box, the plastic box, you can use it to store any items you like. You can put your makeup, you can put your stationery, you can put your basic essential items, first aid kit, anything you can put. So these have multiple uses. So that is called composite demand. So these were the different types of demand, I guess, and we have almost completed every type of demand. And I hope you have understood this video. I had a blast while teaching you guys, and I think you also had the same. If you feel any problem or you have any doubts, you can please mention in the comment section below. And I'm trying to use simplest English as possible. But if you feel I am using a complicated English, please do let me know. I'll try to simplify the words in English as much as possible. So thank you so much, and please do subscribe to my channel. If you have any doubts, any problems, any things you want to ask, please mention in the comment section, and like this video, share this with your friends, and take good care of yourselves. Bye bye.